What if I told you that $1,000 in a rich person's hands and $1,000 in a broke person's hands aren't actually the same amount of money? Same bill, same number, same green paper, but completely different outcomes. Researchers tracked what happens in the first 30 days after 361 people, both wealthy and low income, received an unexpected $1,000. The results explain almost everything about why the wealth gap exists. Before we go further, this isn't about who deserves money or who's smarter. It's about something almost nobody talks about. The same dollar behaves differently depending on the system it enters. Today, we're going to follow that same $1,000 through two completely different mornings, decisions, and 30-day outcomes. One version of this story ends with the money already gone. The other version ends with the money working on its own.
Broke Alex gets a text. $1,000 just hit his account. An unexpected work bonus. His first feeling isn't excitement. It's relief. Because that $1,000 isn't new money to him. It's old debt finally being paid down. In his head, it's already spent before he even sees it land. Within 48 hours, $340 goes to a credit card minimum payment that's been overdue. $200 goes to a car repair he's been putting off for 2 months. $150 disappears on, "I deserve this," a dinner out, a pair of shoes, a small treat. That's $690 gone in 2 days, and he can't really tell you where half of it went. This isn't irresponsibility, it's survival math. When you've been underwater for months, a windfall doesn't feel like an opportunity. It feels like air. Here's what's missing from Broke Alex's first 48 hours. A single moment of pause. No, let me sit with this for a week. No plan, just immediate allocation to whatever feels most urgent in that moment. Researchers call this scarcity mindset spending. When your brain has been operating in survival mode for so long, it loses the ability to think past the next 30 days. It's not about discipline. Studies on scarcity show that financial stress can reduce effective cognitive bandwidth by the equivalent of 13 IQ points, comparable to losing a full night of sleep. Broke Alex isn't bad at math. His brain is running a different operating system, one built entirely around right now. By day 10, the $1,000 is completely gone. Nothing was saved, nothing was invested. The bonus that could have been a turning point became a blip, a temporary exhale before the same pressure returns. Here's what almost nobody calculates: what that $1,000 could have become. If invested in a simple index fund averaging 8% annual return, that same $1,000 would be worth over $4,600 in 20 years, over $10,000 in 30 years. Broke Alex didn't lose $1,000. In the long run, he lost the version of his future that $1,000 could have built. And this is the hardest part of the story. He's not wrong for needing that money. The credit card was real. The car repair was real. The dinner out was the first joy he'd felt in months. The system put him in a position where there was no good option, just less bad ones. Now let's follow the same $1,000 into Rich Alex's account. Same notification, same green paper. But his first move is completely different. He does nothing. Not nothing as in ignoring it. Nothing as in deliberately not deciding yet. Financial behavior researchers call this the 30-day rule. For any unplanned money, wait 30 days before spending a single dollar of it on anything non-essential. Rich Alex moves the $1,000 into a separate savings account the same day. Not because he doesn't want it, because he knows the version of himself 30 days from now will make a better decision than the version of himself right now. When the 30 days are up, Rich Alex doesn't spend randomly. He runs the money through a priority stack. The same 3 questions every time. Question 1. Does this eliminate a recurring cost? He has $0 in high-interest debt, so this doesn't apply. But if he did, this would come first, before anything else. Question 2. Does this build a buffer? He checks his emergency fund. It covers 4 months of expenses. Healthy, but not yet at his 6-month target.
$400 goes there. Question 3. Does this compound? The remaining $600 goes into his existing index fund portfolio, money that was already working, now working harder. Corley's research found that 67% of wealthy individuals invest unexpected windfalls within 90 days. Among low-income respondents, that number was 5%. Notice what's missing from this entire process: guilt, deprivation, or some dramatic act of willpower. It's just a checklist. Repeatable, boring, effective. Here's the part most people get wrong about wealthy spending habits. Rich Alex still spends money on things he enjoys. A part of nearly every windfall, even a small slice, goes towards something purely for pleasure. A nice dinner, a weekend trip, no spreadsheet attached. The difference isn't that he never spends emotionally. It's that the emotional spending is a small, planned percentage, not the entire windfall by accident. Because his foundation is already covered, the guilt simply isn't there. He can enjoy $100 of pure pleasure spending precisely because the other $900 already did its job. 30 days later, Rich Alex's $1,000 isn't gone. It's not even fully spent. Most of it is now an asset, working quietly in the background, showing up as a slightly larger number on a statement he barely thinks about. Now, here's where most finance content gets it wrong. They'll tell you broke Alex just needs a budget. That's not the real insight. The real difference isn't the spreadsheet. It's the order of operations under pressure. Broke Alex's $1,000 had to fight fires that were already burning. Rich Alex's $1,000 entered a system with no fires because past windfalls had already built the buffer that prevented new ones. This is the wealth gap's best-kept secret. It's not that rich people make better decisions in the moment. It's that they built a system earlier that makes the current decision easy. And here's the part that matters most. Every system had a first $1,000. Every buffer started at zero. The 30-day pause isn't a rich person's trick. It's available the next time any unexpected money lands in anyone's account, broke or not. So here's your one takeaway. The next time unplanned money hits your account, a bonus, a refund, a gift, don't decide what to do with it for 30 days. Move it somewhere slightly harder to reach, a separate account. That's the entire trick. Next week, why the language rich people use about money is almost the opposite of everyone else's, and how 4 specific phrases predict someone's financial future with frightening accuracy. Subscribe if you don't want to miss that one. I'll see you there.